And for the final part of the series, even though it isn't technically to do with CP or anything like that, I'll count it as being a daily task that you should do. Again, to collect resources, login calendar. If you first log in, it will pop up and ask you to claim. You can see I already claimed mine. But if you miss it, you can go to Office, you can go to the login calendar, and it's there for you to be able to collect. You can also go into packages, go to the Mafia Club, make sure you claim those 60 diamonds every day. You have to go and do that manually. And then within the different offers, there is still stuff that's available for free. So for the moment, there is DIY. I'll just claim a key because I personally think that's best value for where I am in the game. And there are things like I forgot what it's called now, but there is other things that pop up within here that are free that you can go and collect. They come up with these, like that special comes up with that red tab, and you can just go and have a look. Not going to recommend spending money, so I'll just leave that for now. But wherever there's things that come up like that DIY for free, go and check them out. Go and make sure you go and collect them for free, because it just takes a bit of time to go and collect them. The other thing to make sure to do, other than explicitly using them to collect as part of street missions, is making sure you use the free safes every day. Because sometimes you get something good. No luck for me today. Well, no great luck at least. Can get legendary capos from that. The other thing, top left, going into your mail, making sure you collect your mail. As you can see, I've even missed the one yesterday for my kingpin damage. But you have nice things in there, like when there's a new version, get keys. So feel free to click read and claim all. And there's some resources. The other things to check are the mystery shop. You can get some good shards on decent offers there. There's lots of strategy to that, which I won't quite go into. And then within the messages, which I always move around and hide different places, I would suggest going to shared gang messages and checking the available shards that are available. I'd also recommend going into the gang tab and making sure you share your secret box, so open, but then specifically clicking that share. So even though personally I wouldn't want the TME shards, maybe someone else will really want them, maybe someday in the future that is the thing, maybe they're chasing those shards for other reasons, but it doesn't hurt to click that share button. For the gang shop, go and check in what Dulux gear. Again, there's a whole video on Dulux gear that I suggest you go and watch separately. I won't go into that now, but things to purchase, DNA, can never have enough DNA. Capo choice boxes, can have enough capo shards. Cigars, don't need to purchase them, but it's nice for the sake of being able to rank up quickly, and is very cheap, especially by comparison to everything else. The individual gears are rarely worth purchasing, are some very niche scenarios where you might want to. Skulls, or the Emerta stones, I would suggest they are worth purchasing depending on which rank you are, and there's lots of ifs and whens and buts. But for me, for example, where I've got 1.8 million, purchasing some extra skulls isn't going to do any harm. But generally speaking, those bottom left three are the ones you want to purchase every day. Let's think. Is there anything else that I've missed for daily things? Oh yeah, gang wars I haven't really covered, but do gang wars on Gang Wars Day. I've got 20. This is actually Defence Day, so I can go and do that, but I won't do that on video. And go into the Fights tab. Go and vote on Fight Club. Go and find your favourite gang member or family that you want to go and vote on, or a particular person you want to go and choose. There is also the option of particularly chasing a frame, so if you manage to vote correctly on everyone, which I don't think I'm doing at the moment, I didn't manage to get in time in yesterday, well there you go, but you can check the fights and see who you think's going to win. There's lots of ifs, whens and buts as to who. It's is actually quite nuanced and is a good bit of fun if you want to chase it. So I'm not going to look. I'm just going to blindly vote on someone to support the Elmara family because that's what I'm like. Saying, "Go away and have my vote." And the amount of cigars you get, you're risking 2 hours worth of cigars. If you win, you get double that. So even if you only guess 50-50 chance, you get your resources back. So it's no real great loss if you do or don't win. And I'm sure I've forgotten something that's useful, but I'm not going to worry about it for now. So hopefully that. See, I've already forgotten something. Always check the in the street the right hand set of missions. So, for example, this is already finished for this, so I can collect that and make sure we click on the aeroplanes that fly past. But for these missions that you get for every 2 weeks, free resources, just go in and collect them. You don't necessarily need to particularly pay attention to the missions because they're things that you'll get accidentally by doing CP. The only ones like Cash Van, Thief, which you need to explicitly do. You will accidentally spend diamonds. You will accidentally use keys, and again, I'm not going to go into spending money. And the other thing that's really useful to go and do is making sure you collect Harvest Festival. Is just the particular mission that's up at the moment. Making sure you're doing these tasks again, collecting Scar, passing fights, opening safes, all of that you'll do by accident. So just make sure you go and collect them every day. And then similarly, the Lost City, which is very much like a Kingpin team fight. There's lots of nuances to that, which again, won't go into now. But make sure you do them. Make sure you go into the shop, spend those resources. Again, personally, I'll recommend keys. Keys are always good. For this particular one, I'm trying to save up for 1,000 because these 60 shards are the best value. But DNA shards, keys, always good. And of course, collect those free boxes. And again, it's just more resources for free for minimum effort. So I hope everyone's found that useful. And good luck and have fun on collecting all those resources.